Well, you know what month this is, February, and it's all about the red and the hearts, and pretty soon we'll be celebrating Valentine's Day. But this video is not about Valentine's Day yet. I'm just digging out some red. This is going to be two different types of cooking, something that I started out to make a white chicken chili and realized I didn't have any white beans, so I turned it into a red chili that comes somewhere in the middle, and at the end you're going to see a really white bean chicken soup that I just made a little while ago, and it's going to be my by the fireplace soup for tonight. We are expecting rain, not just regular rain. 6, 7, 8 days of straight rain from here on in, starting tonight. And I thought it would be appropriate to start it with a nice warm soup. And I did this for you on this video, so stay tuned to the end. But in the meantime, I've been gallivanting around. We had 2 days of sunshine after one day of horrendous rain where Moosie and I went out, and we had an appointment for Moosie to get his blood work at the VA. He didn't want to break the appointment, so we went out in torrential rain, and fortunately it stopped about probably when he was coming out of the VA office. So what a day. We're at the VA clinic. Moosie's getting his blood work done. We never should have come out in this rain. We have 5 days of rain ahead of us. Wow, it's coming down. That was that. But then I realized that I had a coupon, 20% off at Big Lots. And I am in the market for patio furniture. I've showed you some doings of some tree trimming and taking off an old patio cover and starting to get ready to get a new one on. The patio frame is all ready to get its replacement cover. All the old ripped down ones from cats and coyotes falling through the roof and from rain and sun. So we're ready to go. The tree looks like it's already budded out. I love that tree. And pretty soon we'll cut down the jasmine and be ready to go. Now this big clumpy jasmine is coming down. We're getting a new archway, and then what we'll do is we'll cut the jasmine down, still leave it in these big tubs, but cut it maybe up about 3 feet and hope that new jasmine will grow. Unfortunately, it's starting to bud out. Look at the beautiful buds. So I don't know, maybe we'll get another beautiful jasmine growth before we have to cut all this down. We are going to have a patio come spring, probably in another month. Finally, we talked about this last year. So I found some patio furniture, and right now I have it all covered up because the rain is going to hit everything. But I'm going to show you that in the next video. Found some great deals. And then I went out the next day because I realized that my coupon was still valid. I only have one more day. So I bought a few other things to go with it. And I'll share those next video. Now, the outside is being prepared for 6, 7, 8 days of rain, straight rain. I can't believe it. And what I just forgot to do, I've been noticing that when I sit here in this position, the light from this side window makes my whole face fade away. Now, right now, Micah has put tarps on the front window. There's one straight ahead, so you're not getting glare from that. But you know what I forgot to do? Yesterday, I actually was in Walmart for the first time since before Thanksgiving with my torn knee meniscus, believe it or not. And I did do a little bit of food shopping and kind of wandered around just because it was exciting to be there. But I did buy a piece of sheer muslin, a white muslin, to put up there. I know the pros use all kinds of big lights and things. I'm not going there, but I think that I can manage to cut the glare and make this a presentable video. I'm going to do that now. I hope you enjoy this one, and maybe get yourself in the kitchen and make a nice soup if you're expecting rain too. I do want to tell you about this necklace. This necklace was given to me by all our 6 children about, I would say, 35 years ago. And they went out and found it. Don't ask me where they found it. It's all different silver hearts. I even have a pair of matching big silver heart earrings. And I love wearing it every Valentine's Day, but sometimes other times during the year too. I love watching the skies and the clouds change with our weather. Every single day, it's different. I started out to make white chili and did my onions, sauteed my onions and my carrots and my celery. And then I realized I didn't have any white beans, cannellonis or navy beans. So I switched to a red chili, but I had chicken left over from last night. That's why I was making the white chicken chili. So I've made a chicken red chili with beans, kidney beans and black beans and pinto beans, and big chunks of chicken. It should be good. And I've also used the hot chili sauce too. So we're gonna have that tonight with some cornbread. Have some cornbread, and on the top I put corn chips and sour cream and some nice extra sharp shredded cheese. This was Friday morning's sky, so beautiful with the low clouds all above the mountains, Big Bear and Mount Baldy. And this was before the big rain. Well, I've been on a quest. Yesterday, I went to Big Lots. I have a 20% sale that lasts until tomorrow, and I found some new chairs for the patio with cushions so I can throw out the 18-year-old wicker chairs that are the wickers falling apart. And these new ones match the ones that Moosie and I sit out in outside. They're they call it RE, whatever that means, but it's wicker look. It's a dark wicker, but it's really a polyethylene, or it's really a plastic of some kind, and it has held up to the weather beautifully. So no more real wicker. So I'm finding these chairs. They were a great deal with cushions to go with them, and I really have to find 2 more. So I'm going to 2 more Big Lots while the rain stays up there, and hopefully I'll find them. So yesterday, when Moosie and I were out at 8:30 in the morning in the pouring down rain, going to the VA clinic to get Moosie's regular blood work done, we afterward, it did stop shortly after Moosie came out, and we decided to go through a drive-through and get ourselves some breakfast. Moosie hadn't eaten yet, and also we needed to get the car smogged. I hadn't planned on doing that during a big rainy day, but the rain had sort of stopped. It was still cold. So we found a place, and that takes half an hour. I can't believe it. It cost $80 to get the car smogged. We passed, which is good for a car as old as mine. I've had this car for well over 10 years, and it was a couple of years old when I bought it. So I'm doing well with my Kia van. Look at these fascinating bushes. They are some kind of a succulent, but look at the color of them. Such a bright orange. I've got to find out the name of these. Hello, my friends. Well, how does a white bean chicken soup with a little bit of pasta, some French bread to dunk, how does that sound on a rainy day that we're not going to see the sunshine for probably another 8 or 10 days? Who knows here in California? It's been crazy weather, but I decided that tonight would be a great night for a soup, maybe with a fire. I'm pushing this a little bit closer so you can see what I've got here. Now, I picked up a bunch of canned soups. Now, as you can tell, over here in my cupboard, which used to be the doorway into the bedroom, but we made it a bookcase here. And as you can see, I do have a lot of soup bases for things for my own soup, especially down there in the front. Anytime that I see a Progresso French onion soup, I buy it because it is the basis for my homemade French onion soup. I add tons more onions, I add French bread, I add cheese, mozzarella cheese. So if you see these Progresso French onion soups, do that, and someday I'll give you my recipe. But today, the soup is definitely white bean, and I picked up some white beans yesterday. You know, I was going to make a white bean chicken chili the other day and started, and then found I didn't have any white beans. So I turned it into a red chili, but I still have the hots for a nice white bean soup today. So I've picked up some great northern beans. Well, here's the white beans. So it's an assortment here. And since I love garbanzos, I'm going to add those too. But these are the cannellini white beans. And that's sort of the basis. I'll probably put 3 cans in. And on the stove already in my big pasta soup pot, I have started chopped celery, and I do have to add the onions, but a whole onion, I'm going to chop that up. But what I decided, I realized I had a nice big fennel bulb. Now, do you like fennel? I love it. Fennel is the taste of licorice, and in certain soups or meats, it's a great, great taste. Moosie just said, be careful with the fennel. I don't want too much fennel. I love the fennel, so I might overdo it. Who knows? Now, what I did was, these were longer, and I did chop up a lot of the green stems and put them in there. But I did take one of the bulbs, a piece of the bulb, and I am going to take some more off here because I don't think it's enough in there right now. I'm going to break off another piece, and the real taste, they say, is also in the bulb itself. So I'm going to chop up this whole thing, bulb and this, and put it in too. So I have my onion. Now, this, when I went to look at my recipe that one of Billy and Bonnie's friends in Idaho gave me for white chili, chicken chili, she puts in a whole brick, 8-ounce brick of cream cheese into her white chili. Now, I'm debating if it's going to be a soup, and I am going to add some heavy whipping cream. I might not add the cream cheese, so I'll hold that off. I will be adding chicken broth, and I already have my chicken pieces already here. I will chop them up into a little bit smaller, but lots of chicken will go in. And oh, a secret that I'm going to add. Yesterday, I picked up some fried zucchini when I was out, and I'll tell you about what I did when I was out. And I bought 2 orders by mistake of potatoes. So I'm going to put these little potatoes from my lunch yesterday, chop them up. You know, that's what I do. Clean out the refrigerator. Didn't want to waste these, but a little bit of potato in the soup will be okay. And I'm probably going to use a little bit of pasta in there too, maybe a shell pasta, maybe a butterfly pasta. I don't know, just a little bit of pasta because I like pasta in my soups. So what am I going to call this? I'm going to call it a white bean fennel chicken soup. And it will be creamy because I will be adding this cream. So it'll have a white cream added to the broth. So that's about it. That's about what I'm doing. Right now, I am going to chop up the rest of this fennel and my onion. And then let it simmer for the rest of the day. I was outside all morning trying to prepare for the rain, pulling once again chair cushions into the trunk of my car, which is loaded, and trying to see what's in the patio, which is wide open now. There is no cover to the patio because we have a new one going on. And I guess a lot of things are going to get wet, but nothing drastic. So I'm going to start this now. You know, I'm not tasting or smelling much fennel in there with the celery as it's cooking. So that's why I'm doing more. And I've just chopped up that bulb here. And now I'm chopping up the rest of the stem. I don't know which gives more flavor. Do you know? The bulb or the stem? I know some of the recipes say do both. And don't forget the bulb. So here we go. So here's my extra. And it's ready to go into the pot. Okay, now the onion. Love this knife that Moosie gave me for Christmas. First time I used it, I cut my finger, but now I know what I'm doing. I think. It's going all over the floor, but I think. I think onion in a soup is a must, right? And the rest is easy, right? It's just putting all the beans in, and I'll put those in as soon as everything gets soft here. And I'll pop the potatoes in when I probably pop the pasta in. And there we go. Now the onions go in. So in with the oil, I put some butter to just make it taste a little better. But as I'm browning, I don't want everything to burn because the fennel and the celery take a little bit longer to brown. So I am adding a little bit of the chicken broth. And it's only noontime, and we have until about 4:30 when we'll eat it. So there's plenty of time to cook this. So I'm going to rinse all the beans off now and get them ready to pop in. And I think I'm okay for a while. I did get this on Amazon, and it is so easy to use. Cuisinart, and it wasn't that expensive either. I've decided that I am going to add some mushrooms because I bought some yesterday and I found I already had some in there, so you got to use these up. So I'm going to wash them and throw in some mushrooms too. So it's looking good and smelling good, but I don't smell that fennel yet. So here's my white beans. I'm going to push this table forward. All ready to go in. 3 different kinds. I've washed them to get the sodium off, and I'll just pour them in now. As soon as this is softened, we'll go ahead and put in the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add more broth right now. There's definitely no mistaking that this is a bean soup. 3 cans of beans, but you're going to have a lot. Probably send some up to Micah to take for his lunch. I've just added some heavy whipping cream, and I can't tell you how much. You know, the way I cook is not so measured, especially when I'm making up a recipe like I am with this one. But I would say maybe a cup of cream in there for now, and probably will add more cream and more chicken broth later. Maybe even some ricotta cheese or sour cream, but it's all to taste. Might as well let some chicken soak up all those goodies in there. It's a lot of chicken too. Ooh. This is what you call a hearty soup. Ah, yes. Now I'm going to put some seasoning in. I don't know what yet. I'm going to taste it in a little while and see what it eats. I think my little Carl's Jr. leftover tater tots from yesterday's. You know, I think it was the breakfast that Moosie and I had the morning we went out in the rain to get his blood work at the VA. So I think I'll wait to put these in, maybe chop them in half, little tater tots, and I'll put them in when I put the shells. So I've decided on little shells for the pasta. It's very full of stuff, and to increase the volume, I think I'll probably add some more broth too. This is simmering. The shell pasta is in. It's quite thick. I've also added some unusual spices only because I wanted it to be different. I added some dill seeds. I added some sage. These are different. And a little garlic. And what else? Salt. And of course we have the fennel in there, but honestly I don't taste the fennel. But I think we'll get a different taste to this. It's looking good. It's a very hearty, thick soup. Lots of chicken, lots of beans. Here it is, all with the pasta in there and the mushrooms. Everything. Does that look good?
Brown beans. No.
No brown beans, little mushrooms.
Oh, white beans.
Yeah. All white beans, 3 kinds of white beans, mushrooms, and spices like you will taste. So,
I will taste.
And I want you to tell me, everybody likes to know what you think of it or what we think of it. So you're going to have to tell me what you taste in there. Okay, taste test. It's a little hot.
Is that fennel?
There's fennel in there, of course, but what else? Do you taste anything else that seems familiar to you? There's a couple of spices in there that...
Give me a hint.
Okay, it's one that usually you use in a turkey. Begins with an S.
Sage.
Yes. Do you taste?
Oh, yeah.
Sage. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. And a teeny bit of allspice.
Huh.
I tried to find anise, because that's a licorice taste. I don't taste the fennel. Do you?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, that's good.
It's an aftertaste.
But it's a good soup, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
I also want to let you know that on my fireplace, when I was at Big Lots, I've been visiting Big Lots the last couple of days. I've been on the run, mainly because on my phone, I have a 20% off coupon, anything that I buy. So I've kind of been going on a spree, mostly patio furniture, but I've done well. But I have this cute little Valentine, a drape of some sort. And also, can you see up here, I'll do a close of it. Last year, Moosie gave me this beautiful Valentine heart wreath. And it's all little tiny roses put together in a heart that are made of wood chips. It's so beautiful. And I'll do a close-up to show you. Isn't this beautiful? If I can get a close-up of this with a good light, look at these roses. Each one of these light and dark roses is made of little wood chips. They're hard, and every single petal is a wood chip. Isn't that beautiful? You know, I still have those same old glasses that I have been wearing for so long, and I'm always mislaying them, or if I bend down, they fall off my face, and you probably see me pushing them up all the time. That's because when I have my nice greasy creams, my bio oil gel, or my Nivea, or my Vaseline on my face, my glasses slip. So I have started wearing some of my readers, which is basically mostly what I need them for. I wonder if you like these a little bit better. I do have to get new glasses, though. I'm trying to plan what I will do in this little cottage for the next 6 days. My knee is getting better day by day, and being out and about is helping to get me moving again and get some of my energy back again. So praise the Lord, I think I'm on the mend. Just have to watch the other knee now with the bone-on-bone arthritis. But I have two things I think I could do. I could go into my closet and start a big time purge. That is very necessary, and I realize I can't avoid it anymore. So I could do that for the next couple days, or I could perhaps have some pamper me time. There are things that I could do and pamper myself, but above all, I think that we're going to have to hunker down and stay cozy warm, maybe in our beds, wear our new heated vests for the next 6 or 7 days, because with the rain is coming some severe cold. There's flooding coming too, but I don't think we're involved in that too much. So say a prayer for everyone in the West Coast. There will be a lot of disruption with flooding. Well, are you ready to go and make some of that white bean chicken soup? I can't wait to try it tonight. I will show you that when Moosie and I have it, you always say, what did it taste like when I do a recipe? Sometimes I forget to show you us eating or letting you know what it tastes like. So I will definitely, hopefully remember, Moosie will remind me to take a little video of us enjoying this soup tonight. We'll probably be eating it about 4:30, and then I'll finish my editing to get this up to you tomorrow. I want to thank you all for watching all our videos. So many of you must have some time on your hands, because a lot of you are binging all my videos of the past and asking some questions about what color lipstick was that, or could you give me the recipe for that? And I have to go back to that video and go through it to find out what you're talking about or what you're asking about. So please remember that some of those videos that have been made a year or 2 or 3 years ago, I might not have some answers for you. Thank you once again. Now, those of you who have not subscribed yet, please do and join our family. As you can tell, we try and keep on going. We're at an age where, yes, things are starting to happen that change. The arthritic bones are starting to act up a little bit, but the idea is to keep a good, positive attitude about all this. We're so lucky to have reached 86, 87 years and to still be relatively active, and I am very grateful for that. I will see you in a couple of days, and I will remember to put a close-up of that beautiful little heart up for you. So enjoy your weekend. I love you all, and God bless us all.